When you have it, turn to the book of James. James, the first chapter. And the 5th verse. James, the first chapter. And the 5th verse. Proverbs, the 4th chapter, the 5th through the 7th verse. James, the 1st chapter, and the 5th verse. When you have it, respond by looking up at me. We'll be reading in unison together from the King James Version. Amen. Amen. Proverbs, the 4th chapter, the 5th through the 7th verse. The book of James, the 1st chapter, and the 5th verse. Beginning at Proverbs, the 4th chapter, reading the 5th through the 7th verse. Let us read. Get wisdom.
Get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding.
The 7th verse says, wisdom is the principal thing.
Yeah.
Therefore, get wisdom. I'm going to say that again. Wisdom is the principal thing.
Yeah.
Therefore, get wisdom. Well, Pastor Scott, I really don't understand that. I don't even know how to talk to God about get wisdom. Turn to James, the 1st chapter, and the 5th verse.
Yeah.
And let us read. If any of you
lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that he give it to all men liberally, and upbraid it not, and it shall be given him.
If any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God. You may have your seats this morning. Thank God for the readers, hearers, and doers of his word.
Amen.
Amen. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God. I want to label this morning's text, wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom is the principal thing.
Amen.
Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, wisdom is the principal thing. In fact, many of us, we come here this morning with an opportunity, with another opportunity to serve and worship God. You see, this morning I want to introduce you to an individual by the name of Helen Keller. You see, Helen Keller was born in 1880. In fact, Helen Keller was born blind and deaf. You see, in fact, Helen Keller, she did not have an opportunity to communicate with the world. She did not have an opportunity to see the world as many of us have. You see, in fact, even though through Helen Keller obstacles, her trials, and her tribulations, she still became a well-known political figure. You see, not only did she become a well-known political figure, but she also became an author and an activist. You see, she fought for social rights, she fought for political rights, she fought for women's rights, but she stood there despite her circumstances, and she decided that I am not going to allow my situation to hinder me from accomplishing the goal that I had set out for. You see, in fact, Helen Keller, in an interview, she was asked the question, is there anything worse that could have happened to you, or is there anything worse that could have been done to an individual in your situation? She simply responded to the reporter and said a person could have been born with sight but without vision. A person could have born with sight but without vision. You see, many of us, we come to church Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. We say that we are praising God Sunday after Sunday, but we are still going through the same obstacle and rigmarole. You see, we are still going through the same situations because we refuse not to open up our eyes and see what is clearly in front of us. Because some of us, we like the mess that we are living in. We like the hell that we are going through. You see, but I stopped by to tell somebody this morning that it's time for you to get some wisdom. You see, because wisdom will not allow you to keep going through the same circumstances. You see, wisdom would allow you not to be worried about he, she, and them. You see, wisdom will allow you not to be worried about the bills on your table, because you already understand the God that I serve has it all in control. You see, wisdom will allow you not to be running back into the same club that got shot up 2 weeks ago. You see, wisdom will allow you not to be putting cigarettes in your mouth when people are getting diagnosed with cancer every day. It's wisdom that will keep you. It is wisdom that will preserve you.
Yeah.
You see, many of us, we have to make up in our mind that in all our getting, we got to get an understanding. But in order to get an understanding, we have to get wisdom.
Yeah.
You see, you put your hand on your head this morning and say, Lord, bless me with wisdom.
Lord, bless me with wisdom.
You see, we discussed this in Bible study on Tuesday night. We said Solomon was the wisest man that was found in the Bible. And the reason why Solomon was one of the wisest men is because God came to Solomon and he said, Solomon, you can pray and ask me for anything that you would desire. You see, he said, you can have anything on this earth. All you got to do is just tell me what it is. And Solomon, he didn't ask for money. He didn't ask for houses. He didn't ask for cars. But he simply asked for wisdom. You see, we are living in a day and time where we all need wisdom. You see, because it is wisdom that will allow you not to lose your mind in the midst of the economic crisis. You see, it is wisdom that will not make you lose your mind when your baby daddy walk out on you. It is wisdom that